Welcome to Taste Toast Travel. I'm Tara,
And I'm John.
and today we are talking trends. More specifically, travel trends.
Travel
I'm very
trends.
excited. Hilton just came out with their 2026 travel report,
Ooh.
and when I saw this, I told John, I was like, we have to pivot our episodes a little bit because there was some of this
The travel report,
that I
it's
think is
just
very
all
interesting.
things travel, is that right?
Yeah,
It's
so
not like
basically,
destination, it's just like travel and
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So it does mention some things about destinations in here, which we'll cover. But I will link this in the show notes as well in case anyone wants to check it out. But it's really interesting.
Mm.
They do some global research for this, and I think a lot of probably like Hilton members and things like that. But they do their own research, and so there will, full transparency, be a lot of stats and things here, like 75% of people do XYZ or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of numbers, but I think it's all very interesting. And if you are travel lovers, travel junkies like we are, or we wish
Pretend
we
to be.
were, we wish we were more frequently, I think you're going to really like this. And it's just very interesting looking into 2026, where we've been in 2025,
Mhm.
where they see 2026 going. And when I was looking at this, I gave you like a little bit of a teaser of some of the things we're going
Yeah.
to talk about because there's 5 parts to this report. And we would be here for quite a while if we did all 5 all in one sitting. So
Nobody wants
we
that.
chatted about it. We narrowed it down to 3 that I think are going to be the most kind of interesting, relevant, but where I was going with that before is I think it's very reflective of just life right now, things going on. People want to like escape a little bit. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
just very interesting. People want more calm in their life is
You
the
don't
trend
say.
that I'm seeing.
This is
So
just based on this is the United States though, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well,
No, for sure.
let me, you know what, truthfully, I'd have to go back in the report and look very specifically at like where
Yeah,
this
I
is
would
all
be
coming
like
from. Again, I'll link it.
99% sure.
It could, I don't know though. There's some global numbers in here too, I feel like.
Oh
So
yeah, but
anyway. But yeah, so we'll dig into the 3 sections that we chatted about and decided on today. So and I like how they like named some of these too.
yeah,
They
they
kind
like
of like coined some
coin some
terms.
terms in.
So let's kick this off, shall we? So
Is it the one you can't say first?
nope, this is the one that
Mm.
I've somewhat got. There's one when we get there. I will probably have an issue with it. But hospitality is what they are
Number
calling
one.
this. People
Fantastic.
seeking sweet, sweet silence and just some, again, peace and calm from the chaos.
I
So,
feel like that's always been the case,
I
though.
mean, yeah, definitely. I
No
think,
one goes on vacation is like, bring on the chaos,
right.
right?
Listen,
It's
some
vacation.
people do, or some people just embrace it, which I think I would say you and I do. I think, well, now having our daughter too, I'm thinking like pre daughter, post daughters,
Mm.
two very different things.
They're
But
just
we are going to
chaotic
talk
in
about
two
some
different
family and
ways.
yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. So let me read off a couple things
Mm.
here and we'll chat about it. So in 2026, they are saying that travelers will be looking for destinations and experiences to dial down life's distractions,
Okay.
seeking calm, moments of silence, and things that just signal a change in why, or these are things that signal a change in why people are traveling to begin with,
Mm.
I think, right? And where they're going and how they're going to relax when they get there.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, whether you choose a beach destination and you're taking in the waves or whatever, or going to the mountains, which
Mm.
we
Mm.
were literally just talking about going before we started recording, or going to spas, or people are just really seeking that solace.
Mm.
So, according to their see, they said global research. So I think this is global. I don't think this is just the
Cool.
US. So, respondents' number one motivation to travel for leisure in 2026 is to rest and recharge. I think, as opposed to maybe, for example, sightseeing,
Mm.
history, cultural experiences, things like that, right? So it's like, yeah,
Mm.
those things are maybe still important, but it
Yeah,
sounds like more than ever, the like, I gotta freaking relax
that's fair.
is top of mind.
Gotcha.
Top desires also include spending time in nature, very
Uh-huh.
important for our brains, improving mental health, and spoiling themselves with some me time.
Sounds
That
good to
just
me.
sounds like moms around the world, basically. And
Uh-huh.
this is interesting. So I mentioned some like cities and countries and stuff would come up. So top searched cities on Hilton.com serve as additional proof that global travelers are seeking restful vacation destinations.
Oh, are the locations international?
Yes.
Oh, they are. Okay, cool.
Yes. So yeah, this is okay. So let's clarify. This is an international report. I'm realizing
Okay.
this more now as I'm reliving this
So is
information that I
it
read.
number one are beaches?
No, well, we're getting specific with countries and like specific locations here. So Cancun.
Oh, that's number one?
Well, no, I think it's these are just some
Popular.
places. Yeah. Cancun, Honolulu,
Mm.
Orlando,
Oh.
Bali, and the Maldives. Maldives. I don't know
Huh.
however you want to say that.
That is a
Are among the top searches in 2024 and 2025.
eclectic selection.
It is.
Oh my God.
Orlando just
But
cracks me up
they
seeing that next to
all
Bali.
have beaches.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. For some, solo travel is the ultimate solution for securing that silence, which I have to agree as someone who has solo traveled multiple. Have you ever really solo traveled? I don't think you have.
No.
Wow.
Mm.
You kind of missed out.
I could go. I'm going to go right now.
And leave me and
Yeah.
our child.
You
No,
can
thank
handle
you.
her. I'm out of here.
No thanks. You missed your shot. No, actually, all jokes aside, I think it truly we've had podcast episodes about this before. I did a solo episode. I've talked to at least 2 guests on this podcast about solo travel before. It is important. You learn
Yeah.
a lot about yourself and the world around you, let me tell you.
I-
So, do you have a desire to solo travel though, really?
No.
You just love me and Audrey so much, don't you?
Yeah,
We're just so fun to travel.
Never had like a
an itch to go
yeah,
and do
travel by myself.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah. I did, but I will say I was already abroad when I was doing it. I was already away from home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was already living in another country. I was like studying, living
Sure.
there, so it like was easier and it made more sense.
Yeah.
But I still would have done it here. More than 1 in 4 travelers, so 26%, plan to travel alone in 2026. And 48% of travelers report adding solo travel days to their itineraries before their 2026 family trips.
Huh.
That's interesting. That's a lot.
Interesting.
That's quite a bit. You know what's so interesting though? And this is a much larger conversation, but I wonder if some of that, I'm curious about like the age ranges of some of these people and if they are people that even want kids, which nothing wrong. If you want kids, great. If you don't want kids, great. But I think I am certainly seeing a rise in less and less people wanting kids in the traditional family. And so it's like they want their family, but like it looks a little different than it used to. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a correlation there, but I just find that interesting. Or people are just really sick and tired of being around the people they're typically around and just need a break.
I don't know. I don't see a decline in people having.
Oh, really? No, yeah, it's a thing. It's happening. Mm-hmm. Or it's predicted to happen. Yeah.
Everyone pretty much I know my age, with some exceptions, is either married or has kids.
I mean, me too. Yeah, in our kind of immediate circle, but I'm definitely hearing it more just around and on. But you're not really on social media, and you're a little less plugged in than I am. Let's just put it that way. So, anyway, but even on group trips, 28% of jet setters plan to seek more quiet moments by themselves, whether that means dining alone at a hotel restaurant, enjoying a cocktail for one at a lobby bar, or taking a stroll in the local neighborhood. That's really interesting.
I did get a drink by myself the other day.
You did, because you were locked out of the house because I had the key.
So I walked down to the bar.
Yeah.
And I had a couple Negronis and
so
chatted up the bartender, and we watched baseball.
That's amazing.
He was a great guy.
You kind of did it by force, but you did it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So a few other interesting things here. 33% of U.S. Hilton Honors members plan to travel solo for leisure in 2026. 78% of global travelers aim to be spontaneous on vacation. Some people are just seeking that kind of common relaxation. Others are interested in some retreats, like full-blown retreats. So that's the whole point of their conversation.
I'm not a big fan of retreats.
57% of U.S. travelers surveyed by Morning Consult report said that they would be interested in attending a quiet slash silent retreat, and 53% expressed interest in a reading retreat specifically.
Huh.
I had never really heard of a reading retreat before. That was news to me. But
Yeah, never that.
literary tourism is a thing. It generated 2.4 billion last year and is predicted to grow to 3.3 billion by 2034.
Huh.
That's according to Future Market Insights.
Huh.
That is wild.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
I mean, people are super into book clubs though. I know you're not on TikTok, but book talk is a whole thing, so very interesting.
Yeah, never. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, this also says reading was also included among the top 3 most anticipated leisure activities for American travelers, alongside listening to music or podcasts. That is so me. When we are on a more relaxing vacation, which we haven't really done for a while, and relaxing by the pool or beach. We've had a lot of thoughts and feelings on our Hawaii trip earlier this year, and doing that with a slightly over 1-year-old at the time. We'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I don't regret that trip for a second. I'm very, very grateful.
That's
but
for damn sure.
Probably should have gone somewhere else because I was not able to do any of those 3 things.
I know.
On that trip.
Literally just taking turns watching them.
Yeah. Oh, this was also an interesting thing. Women have taken the lead in popularizing the independent glamour of solo travel. That is true. Again, I know you're not on social media, but I definitely am seeing more of this. And so this is hilarious. You're going to appreciate this. So this leads to a slight rise in the mancation in 2026 for those in Saudi Arabia, China, and Turkey compared to 2024 data.
Why do men need a mancation from Saudi Arabia?
I don't know.
It's literally men rule the roost in Saudi Arabia. What are they escaping?
This is hilarious. Yeah, that's what it says.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Digital travel solutions are also changing how people experience travel, from just dreaming of it and like to start and then researching to booking. So apps and AI tools are big right now. So people this says it helps guests to protect their peace by enabling easier and faster connections with travel companions or hotel team members. Nearly 3/4, so 73%, of global travelers find some sort of digital check-in and checkout value options valuable. I definitely agree with that. If we're, especially Airbnbs and things like that, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking back to when we were in Italy last year and how nice it was to just like be able to just like get in there quickly and not have to like meet anybody. It's like a whole thing.
What about those 2 people that shouted?
Oh no, that basically stole our child from us because the woman was like in Rome and she was like, "Give me the baby," and she was like, nearly took her. No, they were lovely, and that's fun. It's like you make the connection. Sometimes that's nice. Sometimes you just want to freaking get in your room.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody. Just like give me the key.
Excuse me, I'm thinking the Florence Airbnb where we were.
That's the one up the stairs and
the one you did not care for. But yeah, we didn't have to meet anybody for that one. So anyway,
the one where we couldn't open the lockbox for 10 minutes.
Yes.
I remember now.
That very one. So yeah, moral of the story, people are turning to AI and or apps to do their itinerary planning. And I guess that was it. They threw out some other like random percentages here in terms of like AI and apps and all the things. But basically that is becoming more and more popular. That's where we landed with that. This is also kind of just a random aside. 20% of people say that they turn to streaming entertainment at a hotel more than ever before, with 72% of people claiming to value in-room entertainment while traveling. I have to say that is not important to me because I'm not sitting in my room doing that. I get okay, that's not true. It depends on where it is. Totally depends on where it is. If it was for a business trip,
like a computer and we'll just use a computer.
Is that just us? Can you guys tell us? Which, by the way, I am so wanting to hear from anyone here listening on any of the things that we talk about today. Normal. I'm very curious to get everyone's thoughts and feelings. So please give us your feedback.
I guess I turn on the TV in the morning, like watch something, right?
Sure.
But like at night, just watch something on your computer.
Yeah, but you know what? But that's so funny. We do that here at home, so I think that's norm for us. But I think a lot of people are like, I don't want to watch something
Well, then they're like, I don't want
like,
to pack my computer,
well,
probably.
either that or it's like it's a smaller screen, right? They want to like lay in bed and watch an actual television. We don't have a TV in our room. Spoiler alert. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I see that, but I think people are expecting,
Hmm.
Hulu, Netflix, whatever, all like pre-programmed, right? Like
Oh my
on
God,
the
imagine
TVs
that.
and stuff. Well, no, that's common nowadays. We've gone in hotels and that's been the case when we were
No, but
down.
you have to like put in all your own information. Imagine if hotels they paid
Yeah,
for
I
like
think
hotel
so.
plans and every room
Right.
had access to
Yeah,
it.
that'd be kind of crazy.
Man, someone got to get on the horn to Hulu and Netflix and tell them like you got to charge a boatload of money for that.
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, that's true. Anytime that we've seen that, yeah, I guess you do have to log into your own, which I guess also I'm not totally comfortable doing that. I'm not convinced that
Mm.
someone's not gonna like get my login
Yeah,
somehow. I don't know. Not like paranoid about it, but I'm just like, how does this fully log me out? I don't
yeah.
know. So anyway, that's important to people. I was gonna say who knew, but that's not
Hulu.
surprising. So, in addition to entertainment, Calm, like
Yeah, the app
the
I've
app,
used that.
yep, help people to sleep more, stress less, and live mindfully.
Yeah.
So that was added to the connected guest room experience lineup in 2025, or
Oh, cool.
at least at Hilton, or just I think people just in general are using something like Calm more often. So yeah, basically, this is just saying travelers' desire for shortcuts in planning and just making life easier. So planning a trip's not a chore will extend past the use of digital planning options and may influence the type of vacation that they choose. And then there's just a couple other things here in terms of like business travelers specifically. So 27% of business travelers actively seek alone time during work trips. Not surprised.
Yeah,
I too would probably do that.
yeah, that's
And
fair.
there's a couple other funny things here. So, for some, the appeal of business travel extends beyond the workplace. 54% of business travelers say they'd take a trip just to get a break from their family or partner.
How many? 50 what?
54%.
Holy moly.
That's so funny. Yikes.
I think 54% is the divorce rate in America.
I think you're right. That's so bad. I don't feel that way. Honestly, there's only one
Nah.
time I've had to go away from you and Audrey, and she was younger when this happened. But was it nice to kind of like have the bed to myself and like have a little bit of me time? Yes, but by far,
Mm.
I missed you guys. I didn't want to be away.
Yeah.
I made the most of it. I was like, okay, cool. But I certainly wouldn't be like, God, I need a freaking break. Let me get
Nah,
out of here.
yeah. I mean, you
But
bug
I
me
guess
sometimes, but it's like,
that goes both ways. Just kidding. I love you.
I'm sure it does.
If nothing else,
There's
just your
nothing
swallowing.
I'm more sure of than that statement.
Oh my gosh. All right, last couple things here before we move on to the next one. This is funny. So in the morning, some business travelers are embracing the 5 to 9 mindset, rising as early as 5 a.m. to focus on their own personal goals, whether it's taking an early morning run around the city, grabbing a workout. That would probably actually I don't really work out on the
Watching your child.
watching your kid if you're like us and you're up. Enjoying Peloton's on-demand fitness content from their in-room TVs. Oh my
Wow.
lord. Anyway, I think this is specifically Hilton. I think that's some offered in some situations. So yeah, basically people are just really utilizing that 5 to 9
Hmm.
time before they maybe have to like go and do something specifically for that. And 19% of travelers prioritize rest over socializing with colleagues.
No,
Which
I feel that.
I feel like that'd be
Oh,
more.
fuck.
I'm shocked that's not
I
more.
feel that so hard.
That's so funny. I mean,
It's great now that I have a kid because it's the best excuse. You can
no,
get
I
out of
gotta
anything.
go.
Get out of anything. Oh, I got a kid.
Yeah, it's so
They're
true.
like, oh, you want to come out to you have a drink? No, I got a kid. I'm like, oh, okay. That's all you have to say. I have a kid.
Can you
Like,
tell which
oh,
one of us is a little less social?
I have a kid. Sorry. Like, oh, it's fine. Go take care
Yeah.
of your family.
Sometimes it's really nice to get out and go away, but then yeah, sometimes it's like, okay, we're
Yeah.
ready. We're ready to come home.
Ready to go to bed.
So funny. All right, so that was that section. Speaking of families and children and all of the things, the next section here they titled Generation Permutations, the Expanded and Playful Family Vacation.
Mm.
So These expanded family vacations will impact planning and booking with all ages, influencing decisions in new and surprising ways. I think this is just, again, not that family travel is at all a new thing, but it's evolving. And this is
Yeah.
just different than, we've seen it in the past. So when it comes to planning and decision making, there's a renewed appreciation for the value of fun and shared experiences. I would agree with that for sure. So, in fact, 74% say traveling has strengthened the family bond by participating in events related to their interests.
Cool.
More travelers are also encouraging their kids to bring friends along.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't
Who's
pay for
paying for
that.
that?
Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, if the parent of the kid who's tagging along like paid for stuff,
Mm.
well, I mean, listen, if you want to cover the friend, that's nice.
That is
I don't know who can
nice.
afford to do that, but
I'm looking
anyway.
for friends.
Yeah. So multiple generations, even skip generations, will travel together in 2026.
Hmm.
48% of the global Hilton team members surveyed are observing more families traveling with 3 or more generations, signaling an appetite for epic family vacations. That's really cool. So grandparents are coming along.
Yeah,
We do that with your family. Well, we don't travel with your family, but
we have.
for
I
example,
mean,
we're talking about a trip where we're trying
well,
to go to in December,
yeah.
and we're just, yeah,
Well, we
parents
went
probably
to
going to
Half
come
Moon
along.
Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was 3 generations.
Yeah.
Hmm.
More than 1 in 4 travelers who vacation with children, 29%, are embracing skip generation travel by sending the kids off with just the grandparents. So just a little,
I've done that.
have you?
Yeah, when I was 15, my grandparents, my sister and
Oh, you
I,
guys went to like Disneyland, right?
with my grandparents. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your parents are like, bye.
Or they would just dump me off at my grandparents' house, and then
Yeah.
we would hang out
And
there
I don't
for
know.
like
That's
a
not really
week.
like a vacation. Well, all
It
right.
was a
That's
fucking
that's a
vacation to
that's a
me
vacation for you guys.
and my parents.
Drinking coffee at 12 years
Oh man, it was
old.
the
And
best.
oh my gosh, your grandparents are wild. Alternatively, 50% of parents are using travel to capture special one-on-one bonding time with individual children. Okay, this is so funny. I think this is going to come into our conversation a little bit later, but we were talking a little bit before we even recorded this episode. We were talking about like what we wanted to dig into specifically and how different your family and my family is, our immediate family, i.e., just us and our parents and that
Yeah,
dynamic, how different we were raised
yeah.
and how our family
Well,
were
it was different
with
for you too
traveling.
because you were an only child.
Sure.
So
Very good point.
I have a sister.
Hmm.
So that dynamic is way different, right?
Yeah,
It's like how could you take your daughter on vacation, leave your son, or vice versa?
right.
You know?
But see, so for me, this is why we were laughing. So for me and my parents, they
You would go on like separate vacations.
highly valued that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And sometimes it literally did not work out. My mom couldn't go, my dad couldn't go. But bless my dad, again, for those who don't know, both my parents have passed away, but my dad was really good about wanting to do like father-daughter trips. Like he was really special. Like nobody in my friend group, nobody that I really grew up with was like had that. I was like, I
Mm.
feel very blessed that we did that multiple times. We went to Ireland, we went to places around the US. So maybe I'm not the norm. I don't know. Or it was just or
Maybe
very
it's
good point
a
that I'm an only
yeah,
child. But
maybe
I
it's an only
just
child thing.
yeah, but I just knowing my parents as I do. Again, they were a little bit older when they had. Well, my mom was 34, my dad was like 45
Hmm.
or 32, maybe she was. Anyway, they were just a little different. I don't know. They were not kind of like they were typical parents, but they were not the typical parents. So I do wonder, which I could ask them now, but I do wonder if I had had a sibling, if they still would have tried to do
Yeah,
that solo. I feel like they would have. I don't
maybe.
know.
I
They
don't know.
just seem to really value that, but not always feasible for most people. Or the parents are just not into. They can't imagine just doing that with one and not the
Right.
other. If we have a
Right.
second, I guess I'll see how I feel. But right now, at least, I could totally see wanting to do that with both kids because
Mm.
it is. I don't know. I feel like it is important to get that one-on-one time, and you just don't always get that when you have a sibling. Like
Yeah.
you kind of don't know your parent without. Well, I don't know. What am I saying? I
I
don't know
know.
anything
Show
about
do you
having a
know?
sibling. You don't even know your
You
parents
don't
without
even
your
know.
sister. It's so funny. I feel you get a lot more one-on-one time with them now,
Well, live
more or
closer.
less. But yeah. Definitely. Anyway, quick aside, but again, I would love if anyone listening here. I'm very curious just how other people were raised and how their parents were with them in that regard. In 2026, 73% of those who travel with children or grandchildren globally expect to actively encourage them to play a role in vacation planning.
Oh.
That's interesting. I'd imagine, depending on the age, but
Yeah.
78% of parents agree that their children inspire them to seek out new travel experiences on vacation.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
That's
So
cool.
maybe instead of doing like status quo, they're,
Look for some activities.
yeah. 84% of travelers will seek out opportunities for the entire family to play together,
Cool.
with 86% saying that they value experiences more than material gifts.
Interesting.
That
That's
is
cool.
definitely,
That's good.
definitely me. I would
Yeah.
say that. So for some, that means taking a break from phones and tablets. Very important.
Uh-huh.
And more except for us in Hawaii, where we were like, oh my God, just watch Miss
Yeah,
Rachel.
please just
For the love of
be quiet.
God. And more than half of parents, 58%, planning to enforce a no screen time moments next year.
Hmm.
Interesting. So, yeah, basically, the trend I'm kind of seeing here is just this desire to play, for more play for the kids and for the parents too. And I think
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling this too. And now, especially having a getting there almost 2-year-old daughter, like, who doesn't want more play and fun in their
Yeah.
life? I think more
I've always
people are
wanted
like,
it.
yeah.
Nobody wants to go to
But I
work.
think that's what's sad is like a lot of adults and parents and stuff they're like, where's my fun? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're missing that because we're
Yeah.
adulting so hard that
Nobody
we
wants to go to
just,
work.
I
You
know.
spend more time at work than you do with your family.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. It's sad. And this also says grown-ups are choosing curiosity and letting playfulness guide their adventures. So that's pretty cool. 30% of travelers say that they're more open to trying new or more adventurous experiences than they would at home. 35% of those considering travel next year are interested in cultural experiences.
Right.
Woo! I am so here for that. So the whole point of this podcast is to
Interesting.
lean into that. And nearly 20% of global travelers cite reporting events and entertainment as the why behind their travel
Ensign
plans.
Everton. Oh, so
So I
like
was,
concerts and
yeah,
stuff, I guess.
yep, exactly. That's one of the things that
Probably like
was
music
mentioned. So that's pretty
festivals.
cool.
Eh,
Yeah.
cool.
Again, I think this very much depends on what age your kids are and things, but yeah, just that human connection, which is so funny because that's a little bit opposite of the point that we were just talking about. People want their alone time.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess it depends on where you are in
Interesting.
that some people are like, leave me the hell alone. And some people are like, yeah,
Yay,
family,
more
come
people.
here,
Hmm.
which
Probably depends
is
on what industry you're into.
super funny. Yeah. So yeah, strengthened bonds and all of that are really important. 84% of Hilton Honors members said that they strengthen bonds with family or friends while they're traveling,
Cool.
doing events that are tied to their personal interests.
Huh.
That's
Cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
could see that. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So none of that too surprising, I think.
No,
None of that
not
really.
super.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, everything it was like,
I think,
oh, that makes sense.
yeah. I think the whole point, people are just feeling more like wanting that human connection, wanting to really reconnect with their families, probably because work and daily stressors and all the things are just a lot, and you just don't get a lot of time. At least in America, our PTO and vacation situation is absolute
Work-life balance is
garbage.
shot.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think people are trying to like just decompress as much as possible, which is not a new trend, but I think it's
Started during like COVID.
getting worse. Yeah. I think that really rocked
Yeah, that was like
people
the
to their core in a lot of
start of
ways.
all
They
of
were
it.
like, life can be different.
Hmm. Everyone started,
Working remote, all the
yeah,
things. Yeah.
traveling and working at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I feel it. I want it too. All right. Our last section here. This is the one that
Can't say it.
Inheritourism.
Is that
Bam.
it?
I did it.
Awesome. Now
Inheritourism.
explain it.
So this is the one I was really excited about. So traveling, running in the family and how that shows up.
Oh yeah.
And I could not laugh at this more because particularly your family, which we will get to in a second. But just to give us a little bit of context here. So this says, while zillennials, Gen Z and millennials, are building lives, careers, families of their own, they are also, quote, inheriting travel preferences from their parents, making travel decisions because their parents influenced their decisions, from hotel preferences to trip types to loyalty programs,
Mm.
even. Okay. I'll give a few more and then we'll discuss. More than half of adults, 53%, traveling with their children or stepchildren say that their trip party includes at least one adult child aged 18 or older, who in many cases are tagging along at little or no cost to themselves.
So good.
This is pretty funny. 59% of travelers agree that whoever pays gets to decide on the trip's destination. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Whoever's footing the bill
If you're
should
paying for it,
should sure have a
this is
whole
where
lot
we're
of
going.
say. Yeah. I mean, maybe you loop people in once you're there, but yeah, for
Mm.
sure. 66% of travelers say their parents have influenced their hotel choices. I'm going to pause there. Do you agree with that at all? Do you feel like,
The hotel choice?
yeah, let's start there. Hotels specifically, or the types of places that you look to stay depending on where you're going, or like what's your experiences with that? Anything in particular, really?
N-
Your parents
no.
don't travel a whole lot
I
either.
know.
I mean,
So
but you guys have
no,
done like a
because
lot of road trips together, so
yeah, but like when I travel, I'm more inclined to stay at like an Airbnb
yeah.
or something like that, which my parents would never.
Other than going somewhere close to us, Tahoe, Reno.
Sure,
Well, not even
yeah.
Reno because they stay at a very
Yeah.
specific hotel in Reno. There's a lot of
Which I
like,
love that hotel.
I do too, yeah. But there's a lot of like, this is what we do, and we don't really
Yeah.
veer from that.
Yeah, my no, my parents would want to stay at a hotel. If they ever were to travel
Stability,
out of the country,
consistency.
yeah, they would have to stay at like a place they like are familiar with,
Hmm.
right? Like Hilton or
Yeah,
Marriott or
they
something
want
like that.
like
They're not gonna stay at some random person's house,
the home
right?
comforts, and
Yeah,
except for if we are there, your sister and her husband are there, whatever. Like there have been times where, for example, we go to Lake Tahoe and do stay in Airbnbs, and they're
sure.
fine with
Or
that. But
VRBO or whatever, a
yeah, yeah,
rental
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Um,
That's so interesting.
but yeah, no, because I mean, when I was growing up, we would stay at like a Holiday Inn Express.
See, so that's a good example because
Yeah,
for people who don't know, we would like travel a lot for baseball,
yeah.
for example. So,
We would stay at like a Holiday Inn or like
hmm,
a La Quinta
yeah,
or shit like that.
yeah,
We wouldn't stay at like super nice places,
yeah.
right? But I mean,
It's also a lot of
still
money, yeah,
California and it's freaking expensive either way.
yeah, really.
Um, but yeah, I the first Airbnb I feel like I ever stayed at.
Was it even in this country?
No,
Yeah, I was. I was
I was
wondering about
probably
that.
like 22.
Wow.
Uh,
Well, you know what? I mean, when did Airbnb even come about?
Before
How old
that,
is
before
Airbnb?
that,
I'm gonna look this up as you're
I want to
talking.
say 2016.
Yeah, 2008.
Really?
Yeah.
Oy.
So we were just about to graduate high school.
Man, the
Ah,
iPhone hadn't even come out yet.
really? What was the
Oh
iPhone?
09.
Oh, no way. That came out when we graduated. Aging, aging ourselves a little bit, even though we're still young. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. I was thinking back to my parents too, and if there was any, maybe domestic traveling and things that we did, and if they wanted to stay in any particular hotel. They weren't that particular. Honestly, I think it was like, okay, is it nice? Is it decent? Does it get the job done? And is it
In budget.
fairly affordable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just totally depends on your family and what they're if you're not worried about budget, then there
Yeah,
you
I mean, I
go.
come from a family of non-travelers, so
Yeah. So I don't know where you came from.
I know, so weird.
We always laugh about that. And
Uh,
like, well, so this is what's so funny. Okay, so I'll go through kind of my next part here. So actually I'm gonna skip around because there's like this kind of interesting sort of aside on like who pays for what and things like that. And so we can maybe come back to that. But this says, in addition to parents funding the vacation, Zillennials are picking up on their parents' choice of destination, booking preferences, and brand loyalties. So that's kind of interesting for me. Like my dad flew United a lot. He had a
yeah,
United credit card because
yeah,
he was flying back and forth from the East Coast and stuff.
sure.
But I wouldn't say I'm like a United diehard
I have
because of that.
zero preferences to any
Where
brand.
what's a good what's a good airfare?
No brand. I don't care. I'll fly any airline. I'll fly like I'll stay at like any hotel. I don't have
I kind of avoid
zero.
Ryanair, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
There's certain ones I'm
I
like,
don't
"Mm."
really throw. I wasn't counting them, but yeah, major airlines.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have no preferences. I don't care.
I don't know that I do either,
They make
Mr.
it. It's just
Positive.
so uncomfortable to fly these days. Takes forever.
They do pack us all in there quite quite badly. Oh man, I was looking at some photos of like flying in the, 50s, 60s, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
all the space you could
it was
like.
so
Yeah,
luxurious. Man, we have gone downhill.
yeah.
My biggest complaint, just as this is a random aside with planes nowadays, other than just like squeezing people in, how uncomfortable the seats have become.
Hmm.
They're almost rock hard in some planes
Yeah,
I've
and
been.
they
It's great, or at
don't
least
recline at all. Like it's
the
like,
back of it.
dude.
It's gotten pretty out of
Yeah,
control.
they just
Yeah.
shove as many people as
No,
they
flying is
can.
definitely not
I
what it
mean,
once was.
I get it. Like having an airline is impossible to make money because it costs so much money to run a plane.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
so uneconomical.
So a couple last things here. So 2/3, 66% of travelers say their parents have influenced their hotel choices, while
Huh.
73% say their travel style has been shaped by their parents. You are not part of that 73%.
None of that. None of it.
That's funny. And 60% say their parents have influenced loyalty programs they use. Yeah.
Huh.
This is why I wanted to cover this section because I just find this so fascinating.
Yeah, for
And
people that don't know, my parents don't travel. My family doesn't travel. My sister, I think she's
yeah, just in
I
general.
think she's been to Mexico.
I was talking about that with a friend recently, and I was wondering, because my parents, they had gone out of the country before they had me, but as a family, we had not been out of the country. My first time going abroad was 19 when I studied there. Like,
Yeah.
first time ever leaving the country was for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I got the balls to do that.
Yeah.
But it's not that my parents were not wanting to go. I don't know if it was just a money thing. Like,
Mm.
I don't know what that was back then for them, but they were always super encouraging of it and love Europe. They honeymoon there, all the things,
Yeah.
right?
Well, your mom was a
So
flight attendant,
my
so
mom
she
was a
was
flight attendant.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at one point in her life, yeah. So definitely in I was influenced by my parents in terms of like kind of having the travel bug always because we went to plenty of places in the US. We've been to a lot of
Mhm.
states.
Sure.
So I definitely like got out with them, went on however many, hundreds of flights at this point. But so yeah, I would say I got that from them and just instilling that like, yeah, get out there, explore the world, that kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Even if whether or not we did it or didn't do it together. Um, but
It's funny, like, growing up, I traveled a lot around California.
yeah, and then Texas for baseball, but that was like by
Yeah, but, like,
bus.
when I was, like, younger, right, it
Yeah,
was all over California, and then we would go to Tahoe, right?
yeah,
So we'd go to Tahoe, um, I mean, the furthest I went when I was, like, 15, went to Hawaii.
right,
So, like,
right.
that's far, right? I mean,
For some
that's
people, yes.
well, I mean, think about it. You could either go to Hawaii or you could go to New York. It's the same flight.
Yeah.
It's the same like distance
Yep.
or time in the plane, right?
Hmm.
So I went to Hawaii when I was like 15. But other than that, like Nevada was the furthest I'd ever
That's
gone
wild.
until I got into college, and then I went to Texas, and then
Right.
I came home. We would have to play, travel baseball. So I was like up in Oregon
I was gonna say
sometimes.
you had been to Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, Oregon, and then but, like, yeah,
Just surrounding states of California, basically. It's
like,
wherever a
very
border was.
yeah, it was literally just Nevada
Yeah.
and Hawaii, and
But
then
yeah. But you love traveling.
yeah,
Okay, apparently you don't love planes, but
I don't dislike planes,
the
I hate what they've done to them.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. But the act of going to a different country and eating new
Yeah,
and fun foods and drinks, and I mean, it's literally the whole point of this
yeah.
podcast, right?
Well,
And you love that. So it's just so
that's
funny. It's like, where did that come from?
yeah, I don't know.
Like you were
My
not
parents had 0 interest in that.
clearly not raised with
My
that. So
dad got his passport for the first time when he was, like, 60 years old.
so crazy.
His passport he never had a passport prior to that.
Yeah.
He was, like, 55, 60 years old,
That's amazing.
and, like, just to go to Mexico,
Yeah.
right? Um, so yeah, I mean, it's so interesting.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I got my passport pretty late too. It was, like I was like 21, 20, 22 maybe.
Mhm.
Got my passport.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know where I came from.
Where you got that travel
Even
bug?
my
'Cause
sister doesn't travel at all.
no, not
No.
really. It is just yeah, just not really the
Some
desire
people
to,
like,
which is
I
fine,
don't know.
but that is not us.
I've had to create my own preferences
Yeah.
because none were thrust upon
We
me.
none were yeah.
I like if I
Oh,
ever travel with
interesting.
my parents, I'm like the expert. I'm like, oh, you sit here, you
Which
do
is saying a
this,
lot.
you do that, we do this. Why don't you guys come over here? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, come over here. It's great. We'll go to a
Yeah.
lounge. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's
Yeah.
like,
It's like, "Relax. This is how it's
yeah,
supposed to be. It's okay." It's like,
yeah. It's
"What?"
well, how do you know where this is? I don't know. You just
You just
know.
know.
Yeah.
You travel enough, you figure it out.
Just yeah, you
Yeah.
just know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's the beautiful part about traveling. It's really why one of the things that inspired this podcast, right? It
Uh,
just there really is such a learning of life and perspective changes and just things you should know
uh,
like that happen from it, and it's really cool. But yeah, we've always joked about this since like the day I met you. We're like, where did you come from?
uh,
Because so that's to close this out, that's like the funny thing about this inheritourism thing is like clearly in some cases it is not inherited.
yeah.
I think there's a lot, and it could even be more subconscious for people, right? Certain hotels, certain airlines, certain way, just or even just if you think about maybe not you specifically, but like anyway, listeners, everybody here, thinking about ways that you act when you're traveling, certain things that you do or don't do. Do you go to more museums? Do you seek out more food and drink experiences? Do you, are
Mhm.
you doing more like active stuff? Are you more of a lounger? Like,
Mhm.
do you get up early? Do you get up late? Like, I don't know. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's fun. That's interesting for me to think about. And there are definitely some things without unpacking all of that today that I do think I, upon reflection, got from my parents.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit more of your parents in you than you might think. At least in Hawaii.
I mean,
Going to Monkey Pad.
have you been to
If
Hawaii?
nothing, I have twice now, thanks to
It's
you.
great.
Yeah. I mean, it was always on my list before,
You
but
don't
you were
know if you've never been there, you don't know.
that sounded so bougie. You just have to go. You just have to like be there to
Yeah,
know.
you can't just be like,
It
"Well,
is true.
I'm gonna go here and no, it's not the same."
You're like,
I'm
no, you
telling
gotta
you.
know where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Hmm.
You get there and you're like, "Oh, I get it
Oh, I
now."
get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. The second I stepped foot on Kauai, because
Mm.
that's the first place that we went, I
Mhm.
was like, oh, I
Yeah.
get why this is special.
Mhm.
Yeah, but don't go there with a toddler.
Yeah,
That's
please.
our
Yeah.
advice, at
Well,
least.
yeah.
Or have someone to watch your
Yeah,
freaking
unless you have a
child.
nanny with you, then by all
Yeah.
means.
Or just don't anticipate a lot of relaxation. Anyway, we had a whole episode about that you can listen to. Won't unpack
That
that.
was
But
great.
anyway, to close this out, let us know if any of this was surprising to you guys or not surprising at all. Where you guys fall on some of these things, whether it's with the inheritourism or what you like to do on vacations. And are you more of that hospitality seeking person and want the alone time, whatever? Are you trying to spend more time with your family and really get those bonds going? Where do you fall on the spectrum? We want to hear from you. So that's all we got. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us in this episode. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.